The opportunity to protect the health of our planet is in our hands. When we save the land we love, we protect the natural systems that sustain us. The science is clear. Conserving 30% of our land and water can help save our planet's biodiversity and mitigate the effects of climate change.
The Earth today is warming at a rate that it's never done. We came out of all those ice ages, the change of about, let's say, 10 degrees over 100,000 years. All right, that's 1 degree per 10,000 years. That's really slow. That's what nature does on its own. We're now changing 1 degree in 100, not 1 degree in 10,000. So this is at a rate that's unsurpassed. This is the influence of humans.
The purpose of a global goal like 30 by 30 is to ensure that we're adequately protecting enough land and water to ensure we have healthy ecosystems going forward. And these ecosystems we depend on for clean air, clean water, for flood protection, but also for protecting rare species. And biodiversity loss, along with climate change, is one of the most frightening dual threats that our planet is facing.
I'm James Shepherd, and we're on Smokedown Farm. As most farmers, unfortunately, I have to have a day job too, because farming is very difficult to survive on. But my day job has been as an infectious disease physician. So there's a lot of changes going on very quickly at the moment, and it's very difficult to predict how that will affect both the environment and us and the diseases that we collect from the environment. The trend is towards increased disease transmission, and the change is faster, and I'm speaking as an infectious disease physician as well as a farmer, than I think we ever imagined it might be even 5 years ago. The rate of change, the impact on the environment around us, the simple aspects of weather that seem to have changed have happened so quickly. And so I think it would be foolish to say you know what's going to happen, but I think it would be doubly foolish to say, I don't think anything's happening at all.
One of the aspects of conservation that I love is that no place is an island. Northwest Connecticut is part of a regional wildlife corridor called the Berkshire Wildlife Linkage, and we sit in a really important part of this regional corridor. Species that travel from the Hudson River, pass through Northwest Connecticut, they travel up to the White Mountains and beyond. And when we conserve land and water here, we're protecting our environment for the communities here that depend on it, but we also protect the environment for the species that migrate through here.
I'm Kathleen Nelson, and we are here on Mud Pond Road, which is an area where I've lived for 50 years. And preserving this area is very personal to me. Northwest Connecticut Land Conservancy has done a particularly good job in that they've managed to acquire adjacent lands, keeping a large parcel. And although we think of large parcels as important for large animals such as bears to have a habitat, it's also important for biodiversity at every possible level.
So today we're at the Wimisink Preserve in Sherman, Connecticut. The interesting thing about these wetlands is that they form atop limestone bedrock, which creates a very special and unique plant and animal community within these specialized wetlands. They're very important for a variety of species, including amphibians and reptiles, and a variety of bird and insect species, including our plant communities that we have here in the state. Some of the rarest turtle species that we have in Connecticut occur within this wetland system, which is why it's so important to protect this wetland and maintain the functioning hydrology as it is currently today.
We often look for man-made fixes to our man-made problems, but perhaps the greatest technological solution is the lands and waters that we have here. the greatest technologies ever developed that took millions of years of evolution. These are the assets that keep our air clean, that keep our water cool, that keep our water drinkable, that provide places for us to recreate. These are the most important legacy that we leave the future. A goal like 30 by 30 helps to ensure that we're protecting enough land and water that our communities will be sustainable in the future. And here at NCLC, as a regional leader, we're able to work with our partnering land trusts to be sure that our region is on track to meet these important national and global goals.
One reason to support local conservation, the main reason, the fundamental aspect of our place on the planet is as one part of an exceptionally complex system that includes all the other organisms around us. We're just one organism amongst many. We might be the smartest, but I think we could debate that. We might be the richest, we might be the most rapacious, we might be the most creative, but we're just one. And there are millions around us, and we don't understand how our existence is utterly dependent upon all those other species around us. And so to perturb it, to mess with it, to ignore it, to damage it is foolish in the extreme, because it puts all of our existences at risk. And so if you value who you are and where you live and what you do and what you want to do in the future, you must pay more attention to all of the species in their environment around you, because you're a part of it, whether you think you are or not.